Tonight's dance is a Venn Street Reunion. So like people who went to Venn Street back in the day, getting them all together, like a celebration of Venn Street. Cause the majority of the older Huddersfield people, that's where they grew up, going to Venn Street every week for dances and whatever. So a lot of that crowd, who haven't been out for years, will be in here tonight.
Venn Street was where I learnt my apprenticeship in the music world, by being in sounds of Earth Rocker, Armageddon, Youth Man promotion, and we learnt it from there, where we travelled around the country playing our sound system. I started at an early age of about 15, started to MC on Earth Rocker, and that's where my career began till at this present moment, 2012, I'm still doing it.
Venn Street it was a venue where every sound system, again from the UK, used to pass through. You had like Jungle Man, Jashaka, Quaker City, these sounds, Fat Man, these sounds were prolific sounds back in the day. These sounds are still prolific to this day.
Well, ideally, the Venn Street was a place where black people could commute and come together with unity, music, community, and then they knocked it down and black people were dispersed, and there's still not that union of people in Huddersfield to this day.
The club was part of community organisation and community development within not just the Kirklees black community, but far and wide. I'll give you a story about an artist who came and he was touring England, came from Jamaica. He went back to Jamaica, and some guys in the studio, when he went back, they said, so you big things now, you're touring England. And they said, where did you go? And he named a host of places, but he never mentioned Venn Street. They said, boy, you never tour. You don't know nothing. You never tour England. So that's what Venn Street was about. Venn Street was a main place, one of the main places in England, never mind the north, definitely the main black night spot in the north.
There's too much. Mighty Diamonds came there, mashed up the place. Jack Thomas mashed up the place. Plus Sounds came there and mashed up the place. King Jammies, Jashaka, Coxon, all the top sounds came there.
Slackness by the dust, come me say come me say slackness by the dust. We used to walk with them, talk with them, cause culture must come first. We even DJ with them and eat with them, come me say slackness by the dust. What a brigadier lyrics,
My fondest memories is when you go Venn Street, you heard the vintage. So it was all about the archives, real, heritage music. And you go there and you're hearing the classics, you go in there and you're seeing the original sound systems, quads, which was bass bins with 4 speakers, not 2, not 1 like today, no technology system, 1 deck. If the DJ can't select, he's in trouble, and he's holding the mic at the same time. And it was a nice atmosphere because you had young and old in there.
Venn Street was like a battleground, and it was like the heart of the music in Huddersfield. In fact, I could say it was like the heart of West Yorkshire for music. And going through Venn Street, where we had all the artists coming in from Jamaica, they always knew about Venn Street. So Venn Street was like the learning ground. So going into Venn Street and coming out of Venn Street is like he was qualified to move on. So that's why we'll always remember Venn Street. It was a big part of our growing up.
Times changed. Venn Street was one of the busiest places. You could go there six days a week. 7 days a week, yeah. And you could smell that nice fried chicken from Vince. You have King Iman downstairs at Fire Music. You have Big Skin at Fire Music.
Gilly Skanky.
You have Gilly at play, Maccabee.
This event, I know, rekindles a lot of very, very happy memories for people in Huddersfield. And certainly I know Venn Street has fond memories for the party goers back in the day. And it was almost like a hub for the community. And I do remember performing there when it was Cleopatra's, I believe. And I've always had such a warm welcome when I come to Huddersfield. The people are awesome, you know, very appreciative of any of the artists that come to perform for them. So I'm really looking forward to tonight. I hope we're able to bring back some of those memories, you know, and you can forget about recession, credit crunch for a few hours and just enjoy yourselves tonight.
Some of my favourite sound clashes was with like Baron Hi-Fi, Quaker City, Mombasa. Them were like big sounds all the way from the capital because they didn't recognise us as people in the country. They would call us the country boys, but we was the country boys who could play the music. So when they came up and we give them trouble, they didn't like it. And like me as an MC at a young age, I was just only little and I was just doing my thing. So it was great. My favourite sound in Venn Street was Sir Lloyd Coxon, followed by Quaker City, and not forgetting Jungle Man from Birmingham. Them were big sounds. The sound was like, well, my local sounds had to be only 2 sounds. Well, there was 3 of my local sounds. It was Earth Rocker, start my career off. Also jumping between Earth Rocker and Armageddon, which was Youth Man as well. And also we formed a sound called Metrograph, based off Earth Rocker. So that was my 3 main sounds where you would find my name on any flyer. Like I said, since Venn Street gone and Paddock gone, everyone's just like lost their way. And I've seen a lot of guys, even the ladies are on the roadside, where I know Venn Street was like a community center for us all, where we was all at one destination. And because that's gone, everybody's now fragmented. We don't hear from no one, we don't see no one. And it's only occasions like these where we get together, where we do see people. So we've lost a big part of our life was Venn Street and Paddock.
Venn Street was the heart of enjoyment then, or nightlife, you know what I mean? From I took away Venn Street, from them days, nothing has really happened. You know, it's just not the same no more, you know what I mean?
I think Venn Street days brought back community cohesion, promoted like the way that we should live good, you know, and it showed love. There was a lot of love in them days, no fighting, no falling out. Everybody, it was unity, and that's what I loved about Venn Street.
Huddersfield without Venn Street right now, it's left a whole community without a real meeting place. You know, and that Venn Street covered everything. Christenings, weddings, funerals, the lot. And then the good times, you know, with the bands, you know, it was everything.
I would say that it was, you'd go there and have a very good time, but it was also a place where you found your identity, because you grew up with your own community, and your parents used to go to the club, and then you followed suit, and most people who would go there would probably know each other, so it was very much a community affair. And you can guarantee that you were going to be having a good time, even though there may have been a little fuss and fight, but everybody pulled together, and it was very much a community-based club.
Although it was very competitive with the sound system and stuff like that, but we still enjoyed ourselves going there and competing against each other at Venn Street. You know, it was a focal point, and it was kind of a community within a community, I would say. I mean, because other places had the clubs, but that was our place. As far as we were concerned.
Back in the place again, the place where we used to be. I'm here in the town again. It will always be the home for me. I'm back in the place again, like it was 1983. I'm here in the town again, my home again, with my friends again. There you go.
The music, the singing, and the people.
My association with Venn Street was that my dad partly owned Venn Street, Errol Babs. So yeah, he always will, when I think about my dad, he will always remind me of Venn Street and the times that I spent there. Yeah, many years throughout the 80s really. I started going down to Venn Street and working in the kitchens and helping Vince and my dad
serve out the food and the chicken and the rice, etc. And going down there and spending time dancing to the music and the old days on a Sunday night, and seeing my dad up there in the cage playing his music as Colonel B, and yeah, just how happy he used to be to see everybody.
No respect to Mr. Babs, because without Mr. Babs there'll be no memories. Shout going on top. Danny Lee and the cartel crew putting on a beautiful show, and for sending to me to entertain you. Say, come on.
The owner knew my parents. My boyfriend was a sound man, okay? The vibes at Venn Street was love, joy, peace and tranquility. Never had no fighting, never had no gunshot, never had nothing, yeah? I respect tonight because it brings back all that love and soul and mentality that I grew up with and that I grew to know.
All Huddersfield people, Leeds people, Manchester people, all the while I hear about Venn Street, you know? So I just roll in for money if you just come take in the thing. Thing was nice, you know?
You know, back in those days, again, we used to have things like community centres, Birkby Civic, Teapot Chapel and these type of places. And, you know, we sort of took it for granted back in those days that we had these places to go to. Now, it's very difficult for the youth to sort of go anywhere and call anywhere directly their own, with, you know, somewhere where they can go and listen to the music that they love and enjoy to listen to, you know. So I'd say losing a place like Venn Street is a major deal in this town, because the youths, there are, you know, they're the second and third generation that are actually missing out on having something to call their own.
I would say without Venn Street, when them said this town is coming like a ghost town, it just kind of divided the community. We're still coming to places like Deaton Centre, which is just a school, to have a dance. We was doing this from way back in the, you know, maybe 1800s. We've got a community centre to keep a dance. We haven't got a proper bar. It's a hall. Whereas Venn Street was a nightclub. You know, you want to put on your best wares and go there. Some people come to community centres or Deaton as such, and they don't go to the hill. They just wear what they think they need. But, you know, Venn Street was a club, Cleopatra's Silver Sun. Well, from my recollections, it used to unite us. It united the community, and not just the community, but nationally, because some international, national superstars can remember Venn Street. It was very local on the geography of England, was Venn Street.
From 1985, it was the place to go, Venn Street, because that's when we left school. That's when we used to go listen to sound systems, your Saxon sound, your Armageddon, your Mount Zions, the sounds that used to come from all over.
V-Rocket, all them kind of sound there, artists them, you know, some of the biggest artists in the world come to Venn Street. You know, Venn Street was great for that. Since Venn Street gone, you can't really get them kind of artists come here regular again.
Dance the no more, yeah.